Happy Wednesday, Sooner Nation, Surgeaholics. What a Wednesday it's been in Sooner Nation, Jay. This is the podcast that tells it like it is. And we're glad you're with us tonight. We're glad you're choosing to be with us tonight because there's a lot of places you could be watching YouTube podcasts, but you've chosen to be a part of this live at this moment. And we say thanks, the podcast that tells it like it is, something we do every night at 9:30. Not just because, you got some commits out of the portal. No. We do this every night at 9:30. Basketball team is struggling right now. We'll see if they can get this going.
Yeah, big day.
2.5. 2.5, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, 2.5. Everybody was wondering when this would happen. Well, it did. It happened today. And it was preceded by two wide receiver commits that I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit too. So you had that preceding the John Mateer stuff. So I don't know what Robinson deleted tweet. What's that about?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hunter, you have to verify it.
Mateer, that's right. Hey, like we said last night in the movie Cars, it was Toe Mater, get her done. Now it's John Mateer, get her done. Sooners, they got her done.
They did. And Bobby says, in good spot for Simmons, Corey Robinson, and James Thompson, both visiting tomorrow. All three of the guys would be great piece. That's what you have now. You have a quarterback in place to go along with Hawkins. Gives you two, I think, solid guys there. Obviously, you would think probably Mateer, he's coming to start. He's going to be the guy unless Hawkins were to beat him out. But
AD, they also lost their head coach today.
Yeah, they've lost a lot. Did you see? They're still playing in a bowl game, though. They're not going to opt out. I was like, wow.
Neither is OU. They're playing a bowl game. They don't have a lot of guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. Hey, John Mateer, a guy that you had to land him. When it was announced you were getting Arbuckle, I think this was the thought process is that, yes, John Mateer would be at Oklahoma. And now it's happened. He's there. And now you start rolling with it. And as Bobby says, start putting the puzzle together in the portal. You're starting to get some more momentum. You had, let's see, is that 4 commits this week out of the portal with you had the offensive lineman from Stanford. You got the 2 wide receivers. You got John Mateer. I think they'll get another receiver or so. I think they're going to get another lineman or 2 and try to build this thing together out of the portal to fit what you need now. And Pink says, let's be honest, Sooners, we all know who the quarterback was. And I would agree with this. I would be shocked if he's not the starter. I mean, I'd be absolutely shocked.
Hey, Jay, he's the starter. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And hey, lost amidst the John Mateer news, which I'm sure it should be lost because John Mateer was the biggest news that you could have, is Giovanni Gibson. I went and watched some more tape. Love his size. Giovanni Gibson, in my opinion, can replace a Nick Anderson. And I think Keontae, look, he can be an Andrew. He's 6'2", 190 out of Southern Illinois. His highlight tape is nice too. And before I get ripped, I've been saying this, Jay, for a while now. You don't have to be from an SEC school to be a big-time receiver in the SEC. All you got to do is go look at the top 10 receivers in the SEC this year. They're not from big-time schools.
Yeah, and
they're not.
What Sooner Freak is saying right here, the 2 brothers, the Branch brothers, if they were to land the Branch brothers, it'd be an amazing portal class. I mean, I give me that all day long. I just don't think it's probably going to happen. It'd be amazing. I would be so thrilled with that. Good day to be a Sooner. Jay Gibson's a beast. One thing I want to get to here, Ron, I thought you guys said you can't build a team from the portal. You can't, Ron. I'm not saying you can. I'm saying you got to put the puzzle pieces together. That's what I said. You start building it with the puzzle pieces. You definitely cannot build a team out of the portal. I don't think it can be done. Yeah, big birthday to Brent Venables. Happy birthday, Brent.
Mr. B, anyone that is saying that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's you pay 2.5 for the starter. This guy's a starter.
Well, I think, Jeremy, what people are saying is they want it to be a competition. I think it will be, but I think Mateer's winning it. I mean,
this is why it's not a competition. What the fan stop says. This dude's way ahead of the game.
He is way ahead. That's right. He's way ahead. I would agree.
Crystal, it sounds like it was 2.5 million.
I'm going to say this. I've said it before on our live shows, Jeremy. I'm going to say it again. When a player signs with a team, it needs to be public knowledge what they're getting.
Hey,
I don't know why there's so much.
It should be published. It should be published.
There's so much tiptoeing around how much players are getting. Just
Contracts.
tell everybody. I know, Hunter. Why though? Why, Hunter? Why? It happens in the NFL. They tell how much they're getting. Why can't you not make it public?
Hey, and real quick, Zachary Patton says, "Do you think we'll get Zachariah Branch?" I know Hunter says no chance. Jay, you say 0.00.
I say a small. I said small chance,
and I say it's a smaller chance too. I think he's going to cost too much, but maybe. Hey, I saw a comment that said there. Purple Orca said this will be a competition. Yeah, in the same way that there's competition between. I don't even want to use an example because it'll be someone will take it the wrong way, but there's competition. They're both going to be out there, but the job is John Mateer's.
Mark says better beef up the soul line, or Eric says you better beef up the soul line or belt buckle. And I agree.
O-line, who do you get?
O-line is you got to get the O-line figured out. I would agree.
Who
That's
is that guy
right now, Jerm. Right now, that's the number one priority. You got Mateer. Will you let me finish? You have a couple of receivers now. You got to figure out who your O-linemen are going to be. You got the one guy of the portal. You go get another one or two guys, put them all compete with each other. By game one, you need to have it figured out. There's been the last few years, it's been too many games into the season before they've really got going on offensive line.
Well, the comments here by Kyle, Corey Robinson, Derek Simmons. I've heard good things about Derek Simmons as far as now, if you were to add one of those two, that gives you Derek Simmons, that gives you Luke Baklinka out of the portal. And then you got some of your young guys that didn't play much last year. And then you got some of the guys that played last year. I mean, I would like to see 3 guys on the O-line out of the portal to give you more weapons. But, man, the biggest news is you get John Mateer today. And I guess it's pretty clear Miami wasn't in the mix that much.
Well, and I've seen a lot of people saying, well, Jackson Arnold was hyped up. Yeah, I agree. He hadn't played college football. I mean, Mateer's played college football. Granted, it was Mountain West competition, a lot of the games, but I think he's got other tools. I think it's a little different scenario. But I will say this. It is a guy you have not seen play in an Oklahoma uniform. So the comparisons out there with Mayfield, I think, are ridiculous. And I know John says it, or Craig says it, but it's ridiculous.
I know I got and S to G. I'm not forgetting about Sexton and Taylor. That's what I mentioned when I said guys that played last year. Hey, really quickly. I'd mentioned some guys in the Discord earlier, and I said, guys, like, what do you think of Trey Harris and Kyron Lacy? Not many people commented on my comment. What do you think of Trey Harris and Kyron Lacy, Jay?
What about him?
One was a 2-star, one was a 3-star, and they played at Louisiana Monroe last year. And they transferred to the SEC. And those two guys, and by the way, I think Andrew Armstrong, is that the guy at Arkansas, Jay?
I'm not sure why.
The leading receiver in the SEC.
What about him?
He's not from a big-time program.
Jerm, I agree. You don't always have to be. I'm not saying that. I don't know why you're coming at me.
I think Giovanni Gibson and Southern Illinois' Keontae, man. I think both those guys can be really good this year, Jay.
Sooner fan says, watch more Mateer highlights. Dude is good. He is really good at breaking tackles. He's also got a lot of juke with him. And by Crystal, the only reason I'm saying it's ridiculous is I understand there's similarities. I get it the way he plays. I don't like comparing guys personally anyway, specifically when guys are, I mean, you're talking about Baker Mayfield, the number 1 draft picks. I don't want to just sit here and say, Mateer, number 1 draft pick. I mean, that's all I'm saying. You could compare him in playing style. I totally understand that.
Style, yes.
Style, swagger, all that. But let's not just say he's the next Baker Mayfield yet. I'm going to be like, okay, let's play.
Chief, I don't think Eugene Brooks returns. I think he's go UCLA, which is close to home. And Hunter, you said they've both been in. Drop Trey Harris's stats the first year in the SEC. Drop him in here, Hunter. I want to know Trey Harris's stats his first year in the SEC, and I want to know Kyron Lacy's stats first year in the SEC. Yeah, he's going to UCLA closer to home, Eugene Brooks.
KB got to put his shades on around Jeremy says. Don't
Why?
ever pay attention to Danny again. He guaranteed material to Ohio State or Oregon and doesn't show up when he's proven to. Yeah, where is Danny tonight?
I've called him out several times, guys. He ain't going to be here.
What's up, Vols? How you doing tonight?
Hey,
Hope you're doing
hey,
good. Ready
real
for
quick,
playoff.
KB, how have I? Do you? I love it when I get on here and I have some excitement and people say sunshine pumping. I haven't even said OU's going to win more games. I haven't even said anything about Mateer being a Heisman Trophy. All I said was it's a great get and I like the two receivers. Jeez. Unbelievable. Call me sunshine right now.
Greg, he is a high school player. He's a 2026 class.
2026.
Yeah. And Miguel says he's a leader, vocal, swag. Hope he gets his team going. Need that spark. I agree. I do think he's a leader. I do think he's got swag. I think what he's going to bring to the table under Arbuckle's offense and being able to help lead the offense is something they desperately need there, Norman. They need somebody like that. They need a kind of guy like that, I think. And you know what? Arbuckle hasn't been there very long, but I like what they're doing.
Oh,
If they get the O-line figured out. That's a big if for me. That's what you have to do. I agree with Eric on that. That's where it starts with me.
I agree with that, Jay. I agree with Eric too. Danny, if you're on the chat and just not commenting, send me an email at ousportsroundup@gmail.com. I'm gonna need your residential address. I got a sign to send you. Okay, I got a sign to send you. Trey Harris, 23, 54 catches, almost 1,000 yards his first year in the SEC. Okay.
Yeah, he did pretty good, didn't he?
Not a bad year, Jay.
Hey, how many more receivers they getting out of this portal? What would you guess?
At least one. I hope it's Jaron Bradley. I think they might get two more, Jay.
Whoa. Kenneth, I have to disagree with you, Jay. You can't be telling us about your opinion and not want to hear our opinion. What are you talking about, Kenneth?
He reminds you of Baker, Jay.
You can give me your opinion all day long, and that's totally fine. All I'm saying is I am not going to say he's the next Baker Mayfield #1 draft pick. What I'm saying is he's a really good player, in my opinion. He does have some similarities to the game that way Baker plays. But why does everybody always, when they get a player, have to say he's the next whoever? You know what he might be? He might be John Mateer. His name is John Mateer. His name is John Mateer. What, Jeremy?
He might be John. I hope he is John Mateer, Jay. You paid 2.5 for a doppelganger.
Just stop, man. You whatever.
Branch's 0% chance. Hey, is it Oregon, Bobby? You think it's Oregon? Nike money.
I just don't get it. Every time, even receivers come in. It's like, is he the next CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb's at Dallas. Make a name for yourself, Javon A. Gibson. Well, all I'm saying is I don't like to try to put people in a spot like, oh, you're the next Baker Mayfield. Does he have similarities to Baker? Yes. Does he have the swag? Yes, Kenneth, he does. Can he be a really good player? Yes. Can he be the #1 draft pick? I don't know about that. I don't know. I just say, why do we have to put him up there already? Let's just let it play out.
1982 Boomer Center. Yes, I'm trying to keep an eye on it, but it's hard for me to watch and do this. What's the score right now, Jay? Looks like sure. they cut it to 4. Dave McCook, thanks for the super. You're a huge supporter of our channel, and we really appreciate you.
And by the way, yeah, thanks, Dave. And Mark, if that's what people are doing, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on that, okay? And Kenneth, Crystal, if that's what you're doing, then I'm with you, okay? I'm totally with you, Crystal. I apologize if
personality too.
Yeah, I apologize if I took that the wrong way. It's hard to tell in a chat, but I thought people were saying he's going to be the next Baker Mayfield as far as like #1 draft pick and all. Okay, that's all. So I see where you're coming from, play wise and everything. I get it.
Someone asked if OU has any tight ends. They got Devon Mitchell. They got Cade McIntyre. They got Caden Helms. They got Washington coming in. Am I missing someone, Jay?
Not that I know. I'm trying to think. Clark says if we have a good O-line material, I agree with this. If OU has a good O-line, OU's football will score points next year offensively. Trinae Washington's the other one.
Yeah, I said Washington.
Did the quarterback coach to go to Oklahoma State? Yes. Kevin John's at Oklahoma State. He is doing the quarterback coach there. It's great. We got Mateer. It's great we got Mateer, but it's way too early to anoint him savior of the program. Yeah, that's right. You got to put pieces around him now. That's what you have to do. So.
And Fanstop said he thinks the offensive system will help the receivers. I agree.
And Johnson, you can believe that all you want, and that's fine. That if OU overpaid, great. I give him a hand clap. Thank you.
Thank you for finally overpaying.
Finally overpaying and getting somebody. That's what I would say to that.
Hey, BV, NIL, everyone, thank you for finally spending some money on a guy. If he's overpaid, Jay, everyone in football, like I've said, is. So you got to play in the game. EA Sports, it's in the game. Hey, OU football, get in the game.
I'm glad they did it, Germ.
Yeah,
you had the landing. You had to. So, who's the next big fish? Well, the biggest fish would be Branch. It's not happening, though. But I think you got to go get an offensive lineman, and I would love to get a tight end.
Jay, I'm telling you what I'm doing right now then. And this sounds really bad, and I don't mean this in any rude way. I think if you're some of the staff, you may be calling teams. Guys, you guys need an OC. Anyone here need Joe John? We need to bring in Lee Pack, a tight end coach, and bring a tight end with him.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens, Jerem. KB says they did overpay, but what were they supposed to do? No choice. That's right. You have to. Bobby says Derek Simmons will be the next one. He's saying, that'd be a good get. I think that'd be a good player. I think it's a need. So down by
11 now, from 4 to 11.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I picked.
You don't play a zone. When you don't play a zone, you're going to lose. You've got to change what you do sometimes.
Well, we all know your opinions. We all know your opinions of Porter Moser. Don't need to go any farther with it. Bobby
I don't
says,
like that he doesn't change into
Jason, what tight end in the portal is worth going after? All the ones that could be impactful are gone. I agree with you, Bobby. Right now, there's not one. You'd have to. I think you wait and see if anybody hits after playoffs. Is what I'm saying. I know there's nobody out there right now. I would agree with you there, Bobby. There's nobody, I think, any better than what they have, Devon Mitchell or Caden Helms.
How much did OU pay? It sounds like they paid $2.5 million. Real quick, the question here from Dave. We have to have a good O-line next year to help whoever's quarterback that. Yeah, absolutely. And then I saw Dave Myrick. More guys are going to jump in. Yeah. You got to think. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to use that analogy, Dave. The ship's in the water. Listen, the ship is in the water. It was actually almost sunk. Okay, this ship was almost sunk. But here comes John Mateer and some other guys today, and the coaches, and they're rowing, and guys are going to get on board.
This is not Minnesota and PJ Flag. Come on.
I didn't say row the boat.
Okay.
Guys are getting in the ship now, and at least it's headed towards the shore. Okay. To where hopefully the sun is shining.
Anthony says, does a punter count? Yeah, it counts because their punter was pretty good last year and they needed it. So might need it again this year. How do people figure OU overpaid? Material's going to get $2.5 million from whatever school he went to. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I agree with this, Mark. It would be unbelievable to get Branch. I just don't see how that would be happening. I just don't.
Yeah.
So, rock the boat, Ron says.
Chief says, let's get serious for a minute. We'll try. What's the favorite holiday candy? It's turtles all day long. I thought we were getting serious there. I feel like we have an offense. Well, I'd still want to see it. Okay. You still got to see it. Look, I think it's safe to say the offense can't be any worse than last year. It's not going to be. It can't be even close to that. You got a quarterback coming in. First off, if he wasn't confident, he is now, because he's getting paid a lot and was the #1 portal guy in the country. That's going to give you confidence alone. What your former coach said about you adds confidence. I mean, this guy's coming in riding high, and now other dudes are coming with him.
Yeah, I mean, it solidifies that. And I think even more than a lot of things, just the national narrative of OU landing the top guy in the portal. He's coming to OU. It's a good day for Sooners. Now, what do you do with this? That's what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see what they do with this next year offensively. I think Arbuckle can coach offense. I think John Mateer can play quarterback and do it well. I need to see the offensive line unit. And Dalpost asked earlier, who is going to be the starting O-line next year, if you had to guess right now? Now, that's a hard question. It's too early because you don't know who they're going to get out of the portal. I do like a lot of their youngsters. I just wonder how quick can they get a unit together for game 1 or 2 to be able to get reps in and be consistent before you play Auburn in the first SEC game, and not like last year when it took a while to kind of get guys going. Joe John is calling the offense, but did you hear this today, Jerm? I guess Arbuckle is going to coach quarterbacks in the game. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting. I mean, I cannot wait. I'm super excited about John Mateer. I'm super pumped to watch him play at OU. I'm also super pumped to see how much better Michael Hawkins can get under Arbuckle. I think there's some really positive things that, if Hawkins sits next year, he's going to get so much better because you got a guy that can develop quarterbacks here, which they haven't had. You can say what you want about Jeff Lebby. Jeff Lebby was a good offensive play caller at time, most of the time, good offensive mind. I don't know how good of a quarterback guy he was.
Hey, Jay.
Do
you think what?
I don't know how good of a quarterback guy he was. I feel like DG got better when he left OU. I think DG was already good, but I'm just saying, I think Will Stein's doing some good things with him.
And it does sound, I agree with Eric, the pressure and expectations, it's a different monster at OU. But I do think that this guy, the way his personality is, he seems to kind of embrace that. We'll see. Time's going to tell on that. But I do think that what Perryman says is true. You take them into the coach's office, you get the coaches in there around the round table, they have a whiteboard, and they're checking off the boxes tonight. Arbuckle, check. Mateer, check. Quarterback coach we wanted, check. Couple receivers. Now, couple more linemen. It's starting to get a lot what they wanted. He didn't lose 4 games. They lost 4 games, and he was part of it, yes. I hate to say this, though, they did beat Washington. Yikes. Ouch.
Eric, what's your point? Eric, what's your point? Dylan Gabriel lost 2 games at Kansas and OSU at OU in the Big 12.
They beat Washington. Washington wasn't very good, but I had to say that. Just all fun here.
Hunter says 78 scholarships, 106 players at the moment. So that tells you to get to the 85 scholarships, there's still going to be some other players going to be gone or leave to get down to under 105.
Yeah.
And I'm with you, Eric, on this. Eric, I'm with you on this. This is what I said earlier. I love John Mateer, and I love that they got him. But I also don't want to be already saying he's #1 draft pick in the NFL. I mean,
I don't think anyone's saying that. Even me, I haven't even predicted a record yet. Chester is calling everyone tonight out. Y'all have fun. Don't be cowards. Call in tonight. I'll hear it at lunch, okay? He's going to go on lunch break and listen to see if people call in. Be a caller, Hunter. Open up the lines. That's a great segue. Thanks, Chester. By the way, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Always has great comments in the chat, and also always has great apparel and products at thefanstop.com. If you're not a Sooner fan, if you have family members who are other college sports fans or college football fans, check out all the teams that they have. They have a plethora of teams on there. But really, sign up for that OU Shirt of the Month Club. You'll get a new shirt each and every month, and you won't be disappointed. And you can get 10% off your first 3 months if you use code SURGE. Great people, great stuff at thefanstop.com. We have a caller on the line right now, and it's not surprising. It wasn't surprising that OU landed Mateer, and it's not surprising that Platoon 20 is first on the lines tonight. What's up, Platoon?
Hey guys, no, I'm obviously happy about the news about Mateer. I think I wanted to run through the O line with you guys. I think that's our biggest need. I know we have receiver issues too, but I'm looking at the depth chart for OU. We've lost two guys from the offensive line, or is it three? I can't remember now. But
they lost Bates.
Okay.
They lost
Kieran Hatchett and Eugene Brooks, right?
And Hickman.
Yep.
And
Hickman. Okay. So take those guys off. I know we got the guy from Stanford, so he'll fill in one of those spots. So as of right now, I'm looking at left tackle Tarkin Howland, left guard Sexton, Ozeta, Eddie Pierre-Louis, center. We lost Bates, we lost Hickman. Right now, I only see one guy there, which I don't even know if this is our guy.
Everett, and you got Asosa.
Okay, yeah. So I got him. Right guard, I've got Bechunueu. Kieran Hatchett's gone. Eugene Brooks is gone. Right tackle, I got Jake Taylor, Spencer Brown, Isaiah Autry-Dent. All those three guys are still here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know what I'd like to do? I think I'd like to get at least 3 offensive linemen. I mean, it was such a disaster last year, and I agree. If we can get the Branch brothers, that'd be awesome. But I don't expect that. I mean, throw some feelers out if they bite, great. But I would still like to get at least 3 offensive linemen. We need more help in that area. So that's my take.
Hey, good take. I agree with you. Offensive linemen, the more competitiveness they can have there. And I think what Bobby says, he says the guy from Stanford won't start. He definitely might not. But I think it gives you more.
Who does, Jay?
A tackle with what they have right now on
Derek
campus.
Simmons?
Well, I don't. With what they have right now, Germ, I think I like Howland on the left side. I know Dent's young, but I like what I saw last year. What about Fasusi? They're both really young.
Okay, I'm so confused right now.
Why?
You just sat there and said they got to go. Jay, you said you agreed they got to get.
I said with what they have on campus right now, Germ. You asked me. I didn't say with who they're going to get. You asked me.
You're saying Luke. You're saying Howland and Fasusi are going to be your starters. So I guess you don't need to go get a tackle.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. Clean your ears out and listen. I said with what they have on campus. You asked who I would start. Jeez, man. I'm saying they need to go get more guys, Jerm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, they need some other portal guys to pop in there too, then. I do think Derek Simmons could play, and I'm not sure that Blaklinko won't play. I don't know. Ryan Foji ahead of Fasusi is what Michael says. Think Dominique returns. And by the way, Sooners basketball, I cut it to 4. Jeff Spangler, probably no kin to Ryan Spangler, who is one of my all-time favorites for Sooner basketball. Do you think Dominique Williams returns? We haven't heard anything, Jay. So,
we heard that he's going to wait and see, and he'll announce it. We'll see when. Hey, the whole offensive line thing, they got a lot of young guys, and I don't think it's really fair to know who's going to be the starter. You can say the Stanford guy might come in and start, Bobby. I don't know that he won't. I know you put he won't start. I mean, how do you know that, Bobby? I don't know that. What all I'm saying is what they need to do is somehow by week 1 or 2 this year have a unit that they're comfortable with. That's been a problem the last 2 years, in my opinion. It's been too long into the season before they got going, and you could really kind of get a rhythm going. Chemistry, to me, on the offensive line is almost more important than sometimes even talent. If you got a good chemistry unit.
Dalpo says he didn't have the type of year early pick. Here's the deal. I mean, if he makes 1.5 at OU, why not stay another year? That's something to think of.
Hey, who's the center right now? Do you think Everett can be the center starter?
He was arguably the best lineman they had this year.
Do you think next year you would be okay with him being the center, right?
Yes.
So
I am fine with him locked in at center right now.
Do most people agree with that he's the center probably going into the season? He's the guy. Would people agree with that? Because if so, that's one position.
OU's down 2 right now. Jeremiah Fears is an absolute stud. Man, someone needs to come move my TV right there. Golly.
Who backs up Everett? That's a question. Is it going to be a Sosa?
Probably a Sosa, unless they move someone. Monty mentioned Holland back. Someone else mentioned EPL moving. We got KB Longhorn on the call right now.
What's up, KB? How you feeling about the game this weekend?
What's going on, fellas? If they play their game, I feel real confident. I don't think it should be any problems as long as they play their game, no turnovers, things like that. But I was going to say, man, I poke at y'all a lot, but I mean, you got at the situation OU's in right now. I mean, you got to spend the money in the portal.
You have to.
I mean, a year from now, well, maybe a year or two from now, when you start getting more kids and get, from high school ranks and you get your roster under control a little more, the luxury is you sit back at that point and say, I'm just going to watch for a stud to hit the portal and try to get him. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do.
Well, you're right. And here's the deal, KB. It's a catch-22. That is the perfect scenario. Get guys in the portal, give it 2 years, get these other guys developed. You're in a lot better situation. We know Texas has done that with development. The catch-22, though, is you got to have guys who are going to stick here for 2 years and not just chase money in portal.
Right. And Texas has been lucky in that. We've lost 9 kids this year, and our roster's almost where it should be. And out of those 9 losses, there's 36 starts. So, I mean, they're sticking around. And I think if you start winning and being OU, it'd be in the same boat,
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, I know everybody pokes fun, but you got to do what you got to do kind of when you get in the situation that you are now. I mean, it is what it is.
It is. That's a good point. And the development's a key factor in all this, I think. And you've mentioned it, I know, multiple times, KB. The development is you can get 1-year portal rentals, but that's going to do nothing. It's the development. You got to have a great high school recruiting. That's where I think Ole Miss is missing, guys. I think they do great in the portal, but they don't. Their high school recruiting rankings. I mean, what are they typically around 15, which is where OU was this year? But you don't ever see them getting top 7 classes.
No.
So,
yeah, if you look at Texas or Ohio State, Georgia, they hover around 25 to 26 high school kids a year.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And Ole Miss, I think they'll be good, but I don't know that they'll ever be great.
I'm there. Until they make a playoff, I'm going to say they're not going to make a playoff. I mean,
right.
I got to see it.
Well, cohesiveness is a lot in some of these, like especially O-line, stuff like that. Cohesiveness is a big deal. Yeah. And you're never going to get that in the portal.
That's true.
Hey, good call, KB.
That's all right, man. I just poking at y'all. Like I said, I don't blame you for where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You got to spend the money.
Yep. Y'all have a good night.
Call.
Hey, you too, KB.
OU basketball is in the lead right now, Jay. What a fight and comeback. This is reminding me of some of the Kelvin Sampson teams fighting, man. Heart hustle hardwood, man. The Johnny Gilbert days. The Tim Heskett days, man. Duke Miles going off right now, Hunter says. Duke Miles is a great defender, too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Lori, I'm not ignoring you. I'm proud of you. Now get in the zone. Yeah. Get in the zone.
Hey, Michigan's got 2 7-footers that are really good.
Zones. Hey, you know what a pet peeve of mine is? When a team has big men and you just double down, you just double team them, and they get a layup because you double them. Like, mix and match it. Eduardo Nájera from Chihuahua, Mexico was one of my favorite. Trivia question, Jay. Who was another trivia tonight? Who was another player that OU had from Mexico?
Oh, that's easy.
We'll see if people get it.
That's easy, Germ. Jeez.
See how many true Sooner fans are in here, Jay. Another player OU had from Mexico. Up 4, baby.
Fears must be Miles 15 points. So Fears leading with 21. So it'd be a great win for Porter. I mean, if you win this game, you're going into the Alabama game, probably top 5 or 6 in the country.
No, it was not Bijan Cortez. It was not Bijan Cortez.
It's not. Hey,
he was a big man. No one's going to get it, Jay. I thought it was an easy question.
Oh, this is easy, I thought.
Well, that's because you know OU basketball. So do I. I think it was about 4 years after Nájera.
I think he might have played right behind Nájera. But, hey, going back to what Crystal said, is this going to make the
Allen.
defense step? Is it going to make the defense step back any? No. No.
I wouldn't think so, Jay. Why would it?
No, shouldn't have any effect on the defense. So
Michigan 4-25 from 3. That's why a zone does work, Jay.
Jerm, how many points does Michigan have right now?
60
something. So it's been a
they
good
shut them
second
down
half.
the second half, Jay. They had
So
43
they played
at half,
defense in this. They played defense in the second half. Okay.
43 at half.
Come June 1st, college game will drastically, and that's why guys are running and slowing a little integrity for cash. Jason thinks same things are going to change. We'll see. We'll see if it does.
I'm going to give the answer because no one can get it.
And Michigan is not bad. Richard, Michigan is not a bad team.
They're not.
They're
great.
not
Good.
They're not a bad team.
It was not Sanchez. I'm going to give the answer, Jay.
No, give the initials. I'll give the initials.
I'll give the
VA.
initials. VA are the initials. VA.
Yeah.
VA. Someone get it.
VA.
There it is.
right
JB.
there,
Victor Avila, number 32. You got it, JB. Nice job.
Oh, man. Favorite
Kermit
Sooner,
Holmes.
Jeff Webster.
Yeah, Jeff Webster was great. Kermit Holmes is good too. Skeeter Henry, they're all great, man. OU basketball's late. Oh, JB's wife told him, hey, big time Sooner fan. JB's wife, apparently. Jay, does OU
That's right.
Does the fact that OU landed Giovanni Gibson today and the receiver from Southern Illinois change Jaron Bradley's mind? And,
no, I mean I don't. I think I think they're going to get another one.
We got to answer this, Jay. We talked about this actually, Jay.
Yeah.
Today, Kendall Dobie could play 2 more years.
Well, with this ruling, it could. You're right. It very well could.
Jay, is it true? Jay, is this true?
I
don't think they're going to come because. Go ahead, Jay.
He already followed Branch, I believe, Zachariah.
Hey, by the way, Dave Seeger, number 44, also a guy named Calvin Curry, number 44, 2 of the best 3-point shooters OU ever had. I love Dave Seeger. We're showing our basketball knowledge, guys. Sorry. Jaron Bradley going to K-State, Ron says.
And
where is that receiver landed, Jay? Spivey.
I don't know if he's committed anywhere yet, Jerm. Do you know?
I don't think he has, Jay.
I don't think he's committed anywhere. I really don't. But Bobby's got the laughing emojis here. I don't know what that's about, but
maybe us talking basketball.
Oh, you up by 4. Rumor is KSU offered Bradley a larger bag. Who knows?
Then at that point, you say, take the bag. We're not offering you more. There are certain guys you can say, we're not paying more. There are other guys you say, all in, more.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Time Jones is what Darren says. Here's a name for you, Jay. Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I haven't heard much of him lately, so I don't know where he's going to end up. Oh, he's laughing about Branch. Yeah. Heard Jaron Bradley just received a high portal offer, so who knows? That's going to happen all the time. It's going to happen all the time. People are always going to get more.
You have to hope that Jaron Bradley and Emmett Jones connection would maybe win out, but it might not.
Oh man, Darian Selvey was a beast, dude.
Oh, he was number 24. He was an elite defender. That team with Ace McGee, him, Quantus White, Hollis Price,
Ebby Araw.
Selvey was great.
Ebby Araw. He was on
Ebby Araw.
Hey, that team might have been my favorite team over the Buddy Hield years.
Kevin Bookout was fun too to watch.
Yeah. What else, man?
USC's in trouble, Pink Floyd. USC's in trouble.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's kind of weird. You're not hearing a whole lot from that. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Lincoln Riley in Vegas. We'll see.
I'm just mad that my TV is 10 feet away and I can't get it over here. 88 team. The Hollis Price team. Eric says it only matters if Branch started following Mateer, not the and look, Mateer might be trying to follow him to get him to come here, but he's got a no contact tag, and my guess is Nike money from Oregon. That's my guess. Did
you see Colorado today got the quarterback they wanted?
Oh, Salter, yeah.
That's a good get.
That's good for Dion, man.
I think Dion will get great quarterbacks as long as he's there. I think he will.
Yeah.
I wonder how long he sticks around, though. That's the thing. So
Isn't Alex Grinch and Frost kind of tight? I thought maybe. I mean, obviously he hired him as DC.
who? Scott Frost? I don't know, Jerem. I'm not sure about that.
Who is the next commit for OU, Jay, out of the portal, in your opinion? Position-wise.
O lineman.
I agree. O lineman tomorrow.
I mean, it's going to be O lineman or receiver, but I would probably say O lineman.
Look at Pink Floyd. Hey, this is a great chance to introduce how you – listen, Pink Floyd said he's going to tell us a story in the Discord about Lincoln Riley. Guess who's going to hear that, Jay? Guess who can see that? Only Sooner Surge Unlimited members. So if you want to see the story about Lincoln Riley that Pink Floyd's going to pop in the Discord, you got to be a member. And that link is in the description of the video. And if you become one, or if you became one last night, email us at ousportsroundup@gmail.com so you can get the Discord link.
Bad call on Fears.
Satania is who Jen says.
Yeah, and that's what Jackson said too, and that's also what John is saying as well, wide receiver from Arkansas, Bradley. This is called per Toby Rowland on X. Sources tell me that in addition to Miami, North Carolina, and Bill Belichick, Baker Mayfield have helped seal the deal by calling Mateer, making the final. Soon thereafter, Mateer made it official. Wow. Do you think that's crazy?
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. If that's even makes you love Baker Mayfield even more, dude. How can you love him anymore? He's
Georgia Tech lineman tomorrow. Maybe the Hunter receiver out of California. Maybe Fanstop thinks OUS, and I agree. They got to get another depth. They got to get another depth piece quarterback. You got to have 4 guys on there.
I agree. Got to. I mean, you got Burks and Gibson coming back at wide receiver. Now you had these two. You got the youngsters that they have. I think
Jason, you just mentioned this, and we got to say it. I know Hunter's already ripped me for it. Hunter said, "Come on, Jerm. He's number 10." I think Mateer needs to put the headband on and wear number 6 for a picture and post it. Okay.
Oh, that'd be great.
Be unbelievable.
That would be great.
And then you bring in Malcolm Kelly as an analyst, and you bring back the rap, and you get this team rocking. You get this rap back, and you get this team rocking with some confidence and swag.
Mark says, is that what Mayfield was doing when he was on the phone on the sideline of his game? I didn't see that. I did not see if he was on the sideline of his
High
game.
game. What, a minute 50 left?
Tie game, Chris says, Jerm. Tie game. So, what was it Baker did? Apparently, he called John Mateer and kind of closed the deal. He's the closer, I guess. I don't know. I would have thought they would already close the deal, but maybe not. OU needs a good big man in basketball. They don't have a whole lot of size. You got Godwin and Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore's athletic, but not very tall. And then Godwin's just not the most athletic guy. But
yeah, terrible foul call. Moore's probably fouled out. He had 3 earlier. Fears has like 8 turnovers, man. Playing like a freshman in that sense.
He is a freshman.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Gosh, Moore's gone. He's fouled out. They don't want this to go overtime, then. That's for sure. Anything else, Jerm?
Bobby says one of the Bears guys committed to Oklahoma State.
Colorado
State, if they're not mistaken.
Colorado State.
Yeah, Jackson, did you hear me? Fears has played a great game, I said turnovers. Turnovers. That's all I said. Man. I don't know, Jack. I think O-lineman and receiver maybe tomorrow. Both. So
I think that's what you look for, and you hope to get it and continue the momentum you have. You got big-time momentum right now. And this was, golly, the Mateer stuff. when they got Arbuckle, this was brought up. How long has that been now? They hired Arbuckle. I'm trying to remember the date.
At least a week.
Arbuckle? No, Arbuckle was they hired Arbuckle a while ago, Jerm. So it's been longer than that.
Pink Floyd, can't wait to see the Lincoln Riley
I'm
story.
trying to think. Arbuckle was hired December 2nd or 3rd, right?
Maybe that, Jay.
Yeah, so you're going on almost 18 to 20 days that people have talked about this, and it could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Now it came to fruition, so good
December
stuff, man. Good. I'm happy. OU paid the money. How many new commits by Friday's show? I'm gonna go
Well,
with one.
Iowa
go
Sooner
with
was
one.
right today. He said 2. I mean, he said 2 receivers and a QB, and they got him. I say 2 tomorrow.
I'm going to go 1. Serious NIL money from Jason White. That'd be great, Joe. I'm with you. Let's do it. I'm with you. 3 by Friday. Bobby says, oh, tomorrow's Thursday. I thought tomorrow was Friday.
Tomorrow's Thursday, Jay.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. Tomorrow's Thursday. So,
Oh, man. What a day, though, Jay. They knew this was going to be a huge day, and it turned out to be. The Miami stuff kind of settled down, which is Fears misses the first free throw. Wow.
all right, man. Well, church tonight, Teague says. Someone talked that we will get 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow, 1 O-line and 1 receiver. 2 by Friday. OU's down 1. So, minute and something left. So,
Yep. Hit the like before you get off here tonight, guys. Appreciate everyone that's been on here. Again, a reminder to those who are new here. We do this every night, every single night. This isn't just one night, every night. So we'd love for you to join us. Always, Lori. And I'm proud of you, Lori. Get back there. It's a good place to be. Okay. Jay, anything else to cover tonight?
no, let's just hope OU can finish out this game and get a win. So let's minute 14 to go. Let's get off here. Let's support the Sooners. Try to get a win tonight. Appreciate everybody being on here tonight. A good day to be a Sooner fan. Landing John Mateer, landing the 2 wide receivers. Got to keep the momentum going. And, yeah, boomer it up.
Hit the like if you want Branch. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Bobby. Hit the like if you want Branch.
Bobby's a smart guy.